I went into creating YouTube. I want to get into creating YouTube content, but I don't want to attract a bunch of hate from drama channels. NN seems to think it's unavoidable in the game. Advice for dealing with haters. Y'all care too much. Like, not to be like the don't let the bullying get to you. Like, not to be that guy, but y'all care way too much. It's who gives a shit? That's my answer. Who gives a shit? These drama channels, I like them. I'm friends with, I think, most of them. And I think they're funny. And I think sometimes they're perfectly on point with their harshness. And I think sometimes they go too far. I'm a drama channel sometimes. If I'm bored, I become a drama channel. You gotta stop giving a shit about what some dude in Vermont thinks about you. I'm telling you, it's not worth it. There are so many people that they might want to do something, whether it's Pokemon card content, whether it's selling Pokemon cards, whether it's starting an OnlyFans, whatever you want to do. The amount of people who never do it because they're afraid of what some crazy bitch in Minnesota thinks. Like, bro, who gives a shit? Make your content, scalp your product, sell your product, rip and ship your product. As long as you're not doing anything illegal or scammy, who gives a shit? Please start a channel and be as controversial as you want to be. I promise you it will be A-okay. I promise you. Like, please make content. NN, Nostalgianomics, he's absolutely correct. It's unavoidable. And honestly, it typically only helps you. Unless you did something actually bad, like unless you ripped someone off or, did something illegal, like pretty much drama helps, honestly. Team Rocket Joey, I think, is the epitome of drama / rage bait working out, where he's making probably $3,000 to $5,000 a month, maybe. Definitely $2,000 to $3,000. I can say, like, very confidently on ad revenue alone. A lot of people hate his guts. I've made videos trashing him. Who gives a shit? I helped him. He helped me. Opossum Bud helps people. Like, if you get on a Rattle video, do you know how good that is for your brand if you're not actually scamming people? That dude is so full of piss and vinegar, and if something, like, tickles him the wrong way, he'll make a video about it, and it's like a 45-minute long video. So it's like it's the cheapest airtime money can't buy. Get on a drama channel. If you don't scam someone, you end up pissing off somebody like Rattle. It's only good for you because people do have common sense still. Okay, that was a good one. Mason, Brian, how would you like to buy 2 game stores in Louisville, Kentucky? Oh boy, Mason, I could not express to you how much I would pay not to buy 2 game stores in Louisville, Kentucky. The whole local game store thing, the brick and mortar, I applaud you. I applaud you for being able to deal with that shit, because that would be my nightmare. I want to be in my house with my dogs and not worry about weird break-ins in the middle of the night, because I like having my shit underneath me. I like my shit in my basement, and I like my guns by my shit. Having a store miles away from you, I assume, in the middle of the night, every night, I wouldn't be able to sleep. And then waking up at 8 in the morning and opening up, and the people coming in and employees that are probably stealing your shit. No, you keep your stores in Louisville, Kentucky. You're doing great with them. Don't sell them to me. Would you ever do website review live streams and give feedback? Oh, like roasting websites? I would love to roast websites. I'm mean, actually. As a lot of you guys know, I'm kind of a dick. Oh, I would have a great time roasting websites. I don't think it'd be something I'm opposed to, I guess. Maybe. I'm gonna say probably. I'm gonna say we'll probably do that. Thanks for answering. So A side. So I sell my inventory slowly, then what? I'd be spending the profits to buy more inventory. I don't have distro. This is where I don't see the route. Yeah, you need to only sell shit if you have something to do with the money. If you don't have something to do with the money, and this goes for businesses, investors, blah, 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 blah. If you don't have something to do with the money, don't sell your shit. Like, trust. When I say sell your personal collection slowly to build an audience for your website, I mean sell it when you have a source for more. So with English, you're not going to get distro, which means you need to be creative and start buying personal collections. DJ's Poke Center just bought a personal collection from a different YouTuber named Whoopa, and then he's buying another personal collection from some other guy. So Facebook Marketplace, reach out to YouTubers, reach out to people on IG, whatever. That's the only way you're going to get English product at a price cheap enough to sell it at for a profit. What you need to do right now, probably though, is go the route I went, which is start with Japanese and Korean. Simplified Chinese is a new thing in the game. Find a supplier with Japanese cards or simplified Chinese cards. I'd skip Korean right now, to be honest. Find a supplier, get the money you need, and start buying from them little by little. You need, what I've said before is, for a business to be considered a business, all you need to do is sell shit for a profit, or sell shit at all. The IRS deems you a business because they want your freaking money. For Brian to consider you a business, you need a consistent source of not only income, but also inventory. It needs to always be coming at least every month. Obviously, right now, English stuff's hard to come by, but you need a consistent source that you can reliably depend on, where your income is going to be more or less the same every month. And so until you get that, I don't consider you a business. I consider you a flipper, which is totally fine. But you need to make contact with some Japanese people. ASAP Rocky. Simplified Chinese is also going to be good. The 151 sets are fantastic in Chinese. The gem packs are fantastic as well. We'll see how Simplified Chinese does in the long term once they catch up with the rest of the world. Kino Collectibles, did it hit a smack when I pulled a bubble me? See, that's what I'm talking about. Suckers come acquire money. I love that. Real milking hours up in here, like the stream. How are you able to transition from people buying your rip and ships to buying sealed? Because I feel like people only buy if I'm live now, and I'm trying to. So Vivo, that's a good question. So we actually started our business as a sealed shop. We started selling sealed, and then we did rip and ships later. You need to be okay with the fact that those will be very different audiences. There was absolutely overfill. Like, some people from the sealed site came to the lives and vice versa, but they really are different audiences. Like, if I looked at my stats, I bet most people that bought from my rip and ships didn't buy a single sealed item in the 5 years I've been around, and vice versa. So you need to be okay with them being different, but you also still want to provide each the opportunity. So if you have a sealed website, have a link to your rip and ship for the people that are interested, and vice versa, and it will absolutely pay in dividends. But you just need to encourage people to bridge the gap using incentives. You can't just tell people, hey, buy from my sealed site. You need incentives. So, hey, rip and ship people, if you buy from my sealed site, you can use code RIPPER or something. Jack the Ripper. Use code RIPPER for 10% off, and we ship your stuff sealed. And then include a business card with another promo card for a repeat buy. You can do like Vistaprint, let you print business cards. You can put promo codes on the business cards and include those with your order. So what I did for a while is I made business cards that say, give the gift of Pokemon to a friend, whatever it was. And I threw 2 of them in each package. And then the person, when they got their package, they could give the business card to a friend, and then they could use the promo code on their purchase. And half the time, I'm sure they just use the promo code themselves, but that doesn't matter, because the point is you're getting traffic to your sealed site. You need to incentivize these people, not with some bullshit giveaway, not with some bullshit stickers. Like, you need to give them a financial, monetary reason to buy from whatever side you want to convert them into. If they're sealed people and you want them to come to your rip and ships, hey, make your first rip and ship purchase. We'll open up a bonus pack of Twilight Masquerade for your first order. Whatever the hell you want to do. People do shit for money. Like, we're on the internet, guys. We know that, right? Like, people do some wild shit for money. Getting someone to buy a sealed item, or getting a sealed item guy to buy a ripped item, like, it doesn't take the world. $10 can do a lot of work for a lot of people. $10. That's all it really takes. You can basically make someone do whatever the hell you want for $10 on the internet. I'm telling you. It might not be all people, but you will find people. I promise. With Shippo, how do you combine one customer's orders onto one label? It seems like it should be simple, but Shippo is incapable. I need it to be done for proper package insurance to apply. I don't think you can. I don't think you can combine multiple orders into one label on Shippo, which is really dumb. I agree with you. When I have big orders going out, like local game stores buying inventory from my site, I usually just make my own. Like I go into new label and I put what's on the label and I just like make it myself, which takes a lot of time. It's very inconvenient, but that's the only advice I could give you on that. It's just kind of part of the deal with Shippo. Redbeard's in the house, the dirty scalper that everyone hates. You're giving them my secrets. See, love Redbeard or hate him, what I want you to do, DJ, is look at his content. Because people absolutely shit on this guy. And I don't know how many subscribers he got. I don't know anything about Redbeard, really. I know he's on DJ's Poke Center. I'm sure he's doing pretty well on YouTube. I'm throwing it out there. He's probably doing quite well. And the more people that hate on him for whatever, I'm sure he'll do better. Embrace the drama. It's good. It's good stuff. Mason, rejected. Back for more live streams. That's right. That's what we're here for. Quack opens. With today's days of stealing, etc., have you ever had people try to break in before? I've been against using our address as a main for a business. P.O. Box. Okay, first off, yeah, use a P.O. box if you're a business person, especially if you're a business YouTuber who has millions of dollars of shit. Like, do not put your home address on that label. Please, for the love of God, just don't do that. Get a P.O. box, or I'll give you some sauce here. I don't know if this is a local thing or not. UPS obviously is a global shipping chain, but in Omaha, we have UPS stores, and they're independently owned franchise locations that work with UPS, but they're technically not owned by UPS. Let me know in the comments. Is this a thing like everywhere, or is this just Midwest? I really don't know. But yeah, so they're these independently owned like franchisees, kind of like the independent Verizon and like T-Mobile servicers. They're kind of like that. Anyway, they have P.O. boxes, but instead of just post office boxes, they work for everything. So what I did not know at the time is P.O. boxes, they only allow post office, USPS mail. Like you can't ship a FedEx package to a P.O. box. I didn't know that. That might be common sense. I had no clue. Turns out that's not a thing. So the UPS store P.O. box, so to speak, it allows FedEx, USPS, DHL, UPS. It allows all the shit to come to you. So I would recommend getting that if that's a thing in your local community, a UPS store, the UPS franchise. I would suggest getting a mailbox with them. It's a little more expensive, but it'll be good because if you ship some stuff out UPS for cost benefits, or some stuff's cheaper to ship with FedEx, like if you ship in multiple different platforms, if there's a return to shipper situation or something like that, it'll all come back the same way. You don't need to worry about anyone getting your home address because you don't want to deal with that shit, I promise you. To answer the first part of your question, no one has ever broken in. I've been stolen from at a convention at my mall, Westroads Mall. Someone stole a big Pikachu stuffed animal from me. But as far as like my house, no. Thank God no one's tried to break in. It's good. I always make it a point on these live streams to try to remind you that I have no fighting ability. I've never punched someone in the face before. I don't know how to fight and I'm not tough, but I do have a shitload of guns. And I like to make it very clear on YouTube whenever I can, because in the off chance that someone out there maybe wants to try something, one of the 68 concurrent viewers, like maybe I convinced one of those 68 people to be like, I don't want to get shot. It's the Midwest. People in Nebraska, we shoot people. It's kind of okay here, honestly. If I was in LA, I'd be a lot more worried. But yeah, I'm not going to be able to fight you. Like, you're going to be able to knock me out in one punch. I'm just being honest with you. But you got to protect yourself, guys. Like, you need to lock your shit. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Midwest, man. Just get a business in the Midwest. I promise you, it's just better here. What's wrong with Korean? Oh, hold on. I skipped a question. Bella's World. Do you have a personal collection? Someone asked me earlier about my personal collection, and I do. It's not very impressive, honestly. I kind of sold most of the cards to fund my business up front, like I suggest you do. What I'll say is I'm a lot more interested in buying stuff like that. I love stuff like that. The store display, commercial display stuff that you can't buy in stores. I absolutely love it. Anything exclusive and different. I'm really into, like, even like open signs. I've always been into that stuff. Even I don't drink alcohol, but like the Budweiser horse shit and the alcohol marketing is really good. Weird tangent, but I always loved all that stuff. The metal signs, not the stuff you buy at Hobby Lobby, but the shit that the bar owner had. I absolutely love that stuff. So this is what I'm currently collecting, is stuff like this. I've got 3 more really cool pieces on their way. I'm extremely excited. So yeah, I'm gonna show that stuff off very soon. Actually, I'm excited to show you guys. I've got a whole fun thing planned. I'm sorry, I am having an aneurysm trying to look at my screen right now. Okay, I saw Mimic Brew in the chat. What does Mimic Brew say here? I really want to know what Mimic Brew's thinking. Mimic Brew, what are you making a response video on? I'm interested now. Also, what's with my algorithm? Where are you? Like, you haven't been in my algorithm for a minute, Mimic Brew. I don't understand. I watch all your videos, and you're not showing up on my homepage. I don't understand. Let me know what you're making a video on. Let's see. Gordon Ramsay. Okay, what's wrong with Korean? Army 310. Korean cards are fine, but buying them and reselling them, if you're brand new, like, it's probably not going to work out very well for you. I'm just being honest. It's a hard niche to get into. Even someone with my level of prestige and customer base, very few Korean items sell. If it's 151 or EV Heroes, you're set. Anything else, I wouldn't recommend it. We have a member for 3 months. Nonstop Dre 360. Hey, thank you for the 3 months membership. Really appreciate that. Evolving Skies booster boxes and PSA 10 Charizards in the background during Rip and Ships. That's right. Nostalgianomics knows, baby. Nostalgianomics knows. That's your problem. You're not a collector, I guess. I got 3 bangers every week. I know you post like all the time. You haven't been in my algorithm lately. I don't know. It's a bunch of evil capitalists that are in my algorithm now, I guess. I need to turn my notification bell on. Maybe that's what I got to do. Oh, let's see here. I'm not a traditional. This is Pokey Peace, Ohio. I assume Ohio. I'm not a traditional LGS. I got 1 distro as an Asian grocery store. Oh, interesting. How much do you think I need to bug to get an account? Been rejected 3 times in 8 months. All right, well, stop reaching out to them, first of all. Like, if you've been rejected more than once, you're lucky to be rejected twice. Don't reach out to them ever again. For some reference on when I got my distro, I had well over $1 million in sales. I had a full-fledged website. I had a whole brand. I had a YouTube channel that thousands of people tuned in on every day. Like, I was massive before I even bugged a distributor at all. And one of them came to me. So you're probably moving too fast. If you've been doing this for years and you still don't have a distro, you're not doing enough. And if you're doing what you consider a lot, but you haven't done it for years, you need to keep going. Getting a distro right now, it's very, very, very challenging. The worst thing you can do is bug them to the point where they block you or they just don't like you anymore. Because what I've reminded people many times of is the distributor people, like, I know a lot of them, they're just like normal ass people. Like, believe it or not, like they're just like dudes that just buy shit like we do. They watch our shit. I guarantee you, one of my distro managers is either watching this live stream or he watched my live stream earlier this afternoon. They just watch content just like you and me. So if you're annoying, they remember that and they'll just block you. Like, they don't need any help selling this shit. Like, there are probably 60 people at any given time in their inbox asking to get distribution. So even if you stand out and you have better sales than 59 of the other ones, like, if you're annoying, they'll just delete you because they don't need you. They've got a billion other people who want this job. So wait until you're really, really confident. Like, $1 million in sales, a community that knows, likes, and trusts you, a Discord server, a YouTube channel, whatever it is. Don't bug them again until you have something like to really bring it. Like, you've got to bring it. The Pokey office, Colin, he talks about his email to distro after doing this sort of thing for like several years, YouTube channel, his own hot shit. Like, go watch a couple of his live streams. He's talked about it in a few of them. I would highly recommend reaching out to Colin and seeing how long he waited, because getting rejected 3 times I'd be careful. I'd be careful on that. How many times do you recommend sending a newsletter when starting off? Currently doing once a week. RAR TCG in the house. What's up, RAR? I ship out an email about once a week to my people. Typically not a newsletter per se. It's more just, hey, here's some shit. Here's a coupon code. Please buy it. I do it once a week. I could probably do it more than that and it'd probably be fine. But like, I consider once a week enough. If you go to your email, like your email inbox right now, and you look at stores that email you, you'll find that a lot of them email you like 3 or 4 times a week. Like freaking Dick's Sporting Goods. I bought one dumbbell from them and they email me like 4 times a week. I don't delete them. I guess I do delete them. I don't get mad though. I just delete them with all the other shit. So you can definitely bug people way more than once a week. I just personally don't like to. All right. If you have questions, again, leave them in the chat. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Write your question, question mark, question mark, question mark. It makes it easier for me to see. I answer all the questions. You don't got to pay me nothing. If you do a super chat, I'll jump to your question ASAP Rocky. I'll give you priority. But like, I'm not doing this for money. I'm just answering questions for fun. This is fun for me. I like this shit. I lost my chat. There it is. All right, let's see what else we got here. Redbeard trying to fit in like he's one of us. Oh no. Oh no, the Redbeard hate is starting. Here's a good one. DJ Kate again. What's your current loadout? I became a firearms armor 5 months ago. Glad to hear you are armed. Oh boy. You know, one time I made the mistake of giving people a little too much information about cameras and security systems. So I'm not going to say my current loadout on camera. What I will say is my collection is, if Nostalgianomics has Evolving Skies booster boxes in his closet and that makes you envious, my collection of those items would make you more envious. Yeah. That's all I can say. Again, it's Nebraska, man. You think Omaha's a nice place, and it is, but you got to be careful in Nebraska. Please don't rob me. I promise you. It's not going to lie. I just discovered we've got some catching up to do. I have a close friend that is living in Japan. We plan to work together to get sealed Japanese and Japanese cards. Do you know how hard it would be for him to get official Japanese distro? I don't, Jaron have. I know that Japanese distributors work a lot differently than American distributors. They only work with brick and mortar, to my knowledge, and it's a very different process. So I'm going to say probably near impossible unless he has a brick and mortar store and he goes through a shitload of hoops. He's definitely better off just finding a contact in Japan himself. All this stuff touches multiple hands before it makes it to even me. And then I sell it to you. And then sometimes you guys sell it to somebody else. Like, this shit travels a long way. That's why it starts at $40 on MSRP and it goes up to $120 US market price. So I don't think you need an official distributor in Japan. I think having a contact that lives there, who's friends with the vendor, I think that'll be plenty. You just need a Poke Any that's in Japan. I made an hour-long every single SIR flex video a couple of days ago. That's crazy. All right, Mimic Brew, I'm going to check it out. I'm sorry. Dude, you just stopped appearing on my feed, man. I don't know. I think more people should focus on content creation than selling for margin right now. Mimic Brew is absolutely right, by the way, guys. This could be a video in and of itself. There are so many people who are so invested in making money selling Pokemon cards. They want to start a Pokemon card business, and all they want to do is sell cards and make money. Mimic Brew's right. You could make a shitload of money just talking about Pokemon cards. It's not exact. It's not an exact math here, but I'm going to give you generalized math here, and you can calculate how much your favorite PokeTuber might make per month on YouTube. Look at their views for the month, add them up, divide that number by 1,000, and multiply that number by 4 to 8, just depending on the content creator, 4 to 8. So total views per month divided by 1,000 times $4 to $8. That number is that right? Hold on. I need to make sure that's accurate. I need to do it. Okay, so if I get like 150,000 views per month divided by 1,000 times 5. Yeah. So I think I get here. I'll tell you exactly what I made on YouTube this month, because Mimic Brew is absolutely right, and it's really easy to calculate. Okay, so in the last 28 days, I've been very lazy, extremely lazy, but I've gotten 167,000 views in the last 28 days. So what you do is you type in 167,000 divided by 1,000 times 5 on average, and that's $835. Now, I gave you a range of 4 to 8 because the range applies here. So my estimated revenue is actually $1,200 for this month. So 167,000 views got me $1,200. Now, I've been lazy as hell this month. Back when I was actually posting every day, or I'd say 4 to 5 times a week. I got to try to find this. Are those analytics not available anymore? Hold on. Okay. So when I was actually working hard, I was doing $2,000 to $4,000 a month every month. And I don't do anything special, guys. I don't get a bunch of donations. I don't get a bunch of super chats. I don't sell shit. I don't do rip and ships. I just talk about Pokemon cards. You can easily make a full-time income just talking about Pokemon cards. I guarantee Nostalgianomics does. He's in the Midwest, Michigan, Missouri. He's in the Midwest. It's cheap to live here, guys. We like guns and we like cheap real estate. That's what the Midwest is all about. So you can absolutely move to the Midwest, make a YouTube channel, and make full-time income talking about Pokemon. You don't got to scalp a single freaking thing. Opossum Bud, I know he makes good money doing this shit. Kira definitely makes a shitload of money doing this. Mimic Brew, I am sure, makes a ton of money from YouTube ad revenue alone. Just do that. Mimic Brew brought up a great point. Yeah, I love that, actually. Even though my videos don't pop off like crazy, I've noticed any Pokemon... Bruh. There we go. I've noticed any Pokemon business content versus regular content, RPM is much higher. And Vivo TCG throwing out RPM like it's just a word people know. Thank you for this. I'm going to go on a very, very teeny tiny tangent about RPM, and then we'll go from there. Hold on a sec. There is a keyframe error. Please use a keyframe of 4 seconds or less. I have a keyframe of 2 seconds. Ugh. The nerve of YouTube sometimes. Okay, we're gonna do a keyframe of 1 second, I guess. Shit. Sue me. What was I gonna say? Oh, the RPM thing. So when you're making Pokemon card content, you're only showing off your SIRs. Like Mimic Brew basically just only talks about Pokemon. You're gonna get a lower RPM. That's revenue per milli. Milli being, I think, Latin for 1,000. So dollar per 1,000 views. RPM, revenue per milli. If you only talk about Pokemon cards, you're gonna probably get like a $4 to $5 RPM typically. If you talk about Pokemon cards from a business perspective or from an investing perspective, advertisers are going to see you talking about investing or business, and they're going to assume your audience is more affluent. And so the advertisers are going to be willing to pay more per 1,000 views on your channel. So when I make Pokemon business content, business tips, you might notice I say the word business a lot in my title, thumbnail, and speech. It's because I'm tricking the algorithm into giving me business RPM. And that's why when I did my math over here, I actually made way more than I estimated, because most of my content's not about Pokemon specifically. It's about Pokemon card business. So yeah, RPM is huge. Pay attention to it, guys. Let's see here. You got to do the thing where you put the question you're answering on the screen. I know. I don't know how to do that. I'm going to find out. There is no reason I shouldn't know how to do that. Okay. I'm going to figure that out for you. I'm going to make that a thing. I love what Mimic Brew's saying here. It takes longer to make money off distro than it does to make a YouTube channel up. What you're saying is not even revolutionary, Mimic Brew. It's not, but it's so necessary. I'm gonna make a whole video about this and dedicate it to Mimic Brew. It's so true. If you want to make money doing Pokemon, just make a channel first. Redbeard, serious question, because we haven't gotten stock numbers for Target/Walmart yet, so I honestly don't know. You said LGS are getting low allocations. Do you think that is a good sign? I've never seen any proof at all that there's any correlation between what LGSs get versus big box. I've never seen anyone give me any bit of non-emotional correlated data that says, oh, the LGS store's got a shitload of this, therefore the big box stores will or won't. I don't think there's any connection at all, to be honest with you, at all. I think it's all ratios of previous orders. So with Ascended Heroes, I'm just going to make these numbers up because I don't want to make anyone feel sad. I'm getting 100 ETBs of Ascended Heroes, and the last set I got 200 ETBs of whatever it was, Mega Phantasmal Flames. So for my experience, I'm getting half of what I got last time. Assuming all things equal, my brain says there's roughly half of ETBs available. That's probably not true. There's probably a gajillion other factors that go into it, but as someone who is very consistent in helping out my distro, like every few weeks, I'm giving them 10 grand and shit that no one wants. I'd like to think that there's some level of correlation between ratios that change for my sets as well as big box stores. So if I got half of if I got half the ETBs and Ascended Heroes as I did Phantasmal Flames, I would like to think that big box stores are getting roughly half of what they got compared to Phantasmal Flames. But there has been no piece of evidence out there that I've ever seen from anybody that suggests that's true at all. So I really would love for PokeTubers in general to stop spouting off bullshit suggesting otherwise. Like and it's on both sides. It's on both sides of the equation. There's the PokeTubers that are like, oh, Brian said he's not getting a lot of Ascended Flames, but it's obvious they're all going to big box and Pokemon's leaving LGS stores in the dust. It's like, why? Like, what kind of bullshit did you what bullshit did you pull that from? Why is me getting less Ascended Heroes evidence at all that big box is getting more? If anything, it's more rational to suggest that we're all just getting less, but even that is a stretch. No one knows dick I promise you, nobody knows. My distributors don't even know. I promise you. So great question, Redbeard. I'm actually really glad you asked that because I needed to get off my chest. His collection is overkill, literally. That's funny. People just gotta remember you live in a Yep. Could not run a business in LA right now, I'm telling you, man. DJ Cade, I saw you every day for months, then no recommendations. YouTube is... Yeah, Mimic Brew's views are great. My algorithm's been changing up. You know what? My algorithms has been doing some weird shit. So my algorithm got rid of... it got rid of Mimic Brew, and it got rid of... Who else did I watch all the time? The freaking... Jake. Oh, Jake... What's his name? Jake. Twice Baked Jake. It got rid of Mimic Brew and Twice Baked Jake, and it replaced them with Redbeard, I assume from DJ's Poke Center, I guess. Like, I see Redbeard, I see those two. And then I see Kenny Boulder, who apparently is huge. I've never heard of this man in my entire life until 1 week ago. Like, the YouTube algorithm is insane. Can anyone confirm that he's like a big deal? Like, all of a sudden, I get all this Kenny Boulder content. I've never watched his content. I don't know who he is. I think he's similar to Opossum Bud and those people. I really don't know. I'm sure he's a great guy. I've just never heard of him until last week. And I'm on this shit every day. I saw his son. He's got a... Yeah, people love this guy, I guess. I don't know. Pokebeard was another one that I never heard of. Like, I've known him for a couple years now, but it was like several years, and Pokebeard had 100 and something thousand subscribers. And he hit me up, and he's like, hey, my name's Pokebeard. Do you want to do like a sponsorship thing? And I was like, Pokebeard? Who are you? And I clicked his channel. He had like 100,000 subs, and I'm like, oh shit. And I had like 40,000. Now I see Pokebeard, but like YouTube never showed it to me before. It's the weirdest thing. The Card Lounge podcast, I don't know what the hell happened to that podcast. Twice Baked Jake and Rob Robo Skills. No clue if they're still posting. They probably are, but it's not on my algorithm anymore. YouTube's goofy, guys. YouTube's freaking goofy. What else do we got? I got Jordan. I've got the selling down, the investing down. I want to do Pokemon content, but I don't want to do investment content or Opossum Bud type content either. What content is missing from the Pokemon space? Just real content. Just like literally just talking about the shit you like. Mimic Brew actually does a really good job of talking about stuff he likes. He talks about... I guess you could argue he kind of talks about investing because he talks about the market going up and down. But like, he shows off his shit. Apparently he has an hour-long video of SIRs or something he mentioned earlier in the chat. Like, you can just talk about your hobby. Just talk about the shit you like. Talk about what your opinion is on anything. What I'd suggest, whenever there's a new YouTuber out there, I suggest going to pokebeach.com and literally every day they post something new, make a video about the newest post. If Pokebeach says... hey, there's a new leak of some card from Nihil Zero just leaked. Turn your camera on and make a 10-minute video about your thoughts on the new leak from Nihil Zero. Like, you can literally just do that. And it's totally legal. Like, the free will that you have on YouTube is absolutely insane. Like, you can just turn a camera on, talk about whatever the F you want, and put this shit on YouTube for free in like an hour. And everyone in the world could see it if they had the link. It's insane. So just talk like about anything. React to people. You don't need to be a drama channel to have a reaction. Like, if you want to do Opossum Bud or Kenny Boulder, I guess, drama content, yeah, you can pick some controversial topic up and rant about it if you want. But like, you could also just react to neutral content. Mimic Brew posted his fancy collection. You can react to that. Give a few seconds of airtime for Mimic Brew, go, oh my god, look how cool this shit is. Wow, I wonder if, like, you can just talk. Talking's easy, man. I promise you, like, this is the easiest job in the world. Possum Bud says it all the time. He's like, it's so funny that people just let me do this and get paid for it. Like, you turn the camera on and you talk about your opinion for 10. It's got to be 10 minutes. 10 minutes is that magical amount of minutes for ad revenue to really do its thing. After that, it's whatever, man. Pokebeach.com. Just do it. My RPM on hottest last week was $14 per 1,000 views. So your RPM on, so was that a super long video, Mimic Brew? The $14 per 1,000 views? Because the longer the video you make, the more you're going to get per 1,000 views too. I should have mentioned that earlier. If you make a 10-minute video, you're good. But if you make a hour video, you could be really good. The trick is you need to keep people's attention for an hour, which is very challenging. But yeah, the longer the video, the more you're going to get RPM, regardless of topic. If it's business, Pokemon, toys, Ninja Turtle, whatever, like your RPM is going to go up the longer your video is, but only if people stick around. Like right now, this live stream, my average viewer duration is 14 minutes and 32 seconds. That's a long average view duration, which means that this video will get some really good ad revenue once it posts. The algorithm wants you to watch scalping and not collecting. Maybe. Pokebeard and Pika 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 haven't. Okay, Pika Pika Papa, that guy, never heard that name in my entire life until 2 days ago. I guess he's a big deal. People like this guy. There's also like Dude Dad or Pokey Dad or something. Pokey. There's some dad. I don't know. Some guy with dad in his name, and he's massive. I've never seen this guy until last week. He does conventions. He does like Coop and Bulbasaur type shit. Never heard of him. And that's no disrespect to these people. They're massive. Like, I'm not being like, oh, you're not big enough for me to. Like, I genuinely just question the YouTube algorithm so hard when big people like that appear for the first time ever and they've been posting for 3 years. It's not. I'm not on an ego trip here. I'm concerned about the algorithm, not myself. Yeah, Pika Pika Papa and like Pokey Dad or something. I don't know. Freaking YouTube. Okay, we need more questions, guys. Leave your question marks in the chat. We have a super chat here. Non-stop Dre. Oh, he was here earlier today. Non-stop Dre, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you, my dude. $2 super chat. Blue. Thoughts on Pokemon making serialized cards for 30th? 0% chance. It won't happen. No. They're not gonna pull that out until they really need it, and I don't think they're gonna need it for a very long time. It's just, I think that's going to be their like, oh shit, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, and One Piece, they're beating us now. We need to do something special. That's going to be like their oh shit dart. I think there's a -0% chance that they do serialized cards anytime soon, let alone the 30th. If this ages like milk, it'd be so funny, actually. I would love to be wrong. Waiting on the Redbeard Kira Order of Protection videos. Kira's intros are some of the best in the game. Like, I don't know what beef Redbeard and Kira have. I can't keep up with all this bullshit, to be honest with you. I don't know what situation's happening there. But her intros are funny, man. She makes fantastic intros. And she's a case study, by the way, that y'all need to look at. Like, I'm not trying to glaze Kira here, but let me look at her channel real quick. Okay, 32,000 subscribers. Like, dude, she just started this. Like, her oldest video is 11 months ago. 11 months ago. And she's got 32,000 subscribers. And, like, her views are nuts, too. Like, okay, so she's gotten 2.4 million views on her channel in 11 months. So let's do some quick math. 2.4. So divided by 1,000 times 5. So she's probably made depending on when she was monetized, there's a ton of factors here. But there is a chance that she's cleared 10 grand in ad revenue in 1 year making content. There's a chance. I'm not gonna like necessarily say for sure, but based on basic math, like there's a good chance she's hit 10K in literal money from YouTube just being funny. She's a case study. Y'all need to subscribe to Kira, honestly. I don't even care if you don't like her. If you hate her, that's awesome. Hate watch her because she's doing something right. Great content creator. Do you have any reptiles besides the beardy? I do not. My bearded dragon is my only reptile. Bearded dragon and 3 doggos. Yeah, Mimic Brew. People think it's too crowded, but it's not. Yeah, Leonhardt. I've not seen a Leonhardt video in years. The only reason I even knew Leonhardt was still making content is ironically because of Kira. I had no idea she was still doing shit. Truly, I thought Leonhardt retired. I really did. Again, no hate. I'm not hating these people. It's what the algorithm does. All my hottest are 40 minutes. Audience retention is usually 15 plus. Yeah. If your videos are 40 minutes long, that's perfect. I had Pika Papa in my YouTuber of the Year 2023 awards 2 years ago. I gave him Rookie of the Year. Never heard of him until this like last recent couple weeks. YouTube do better. YouTube needs to do better. Thoughts on Pokemon introducing a fusions mechanic? I'm not like a TCG gamer, so I want to just like put that out there real quick. So mechanics, I'm the last person to ask about this. I assume a fusion mechanic sounds exactly how it sounds. It wouldn't shock me. Every TCG like round, there's a new gimmick. I'm aware of that. That seems like a gimmick that would be realistic, but I wish I could refund your super chat because like I'm the last person that you should be asking about anything mechanics wise. I think it would be cool, and I think it seems likely. I think it seems a hell of a lot more likely than serialized cards. I'll say that. What are your honest thoughts on the upcoming state of the market? With Ascended Heroes and 30th Annie on the horizon, do you think we will see another boom like we saw in 2025? I think Ascended Heroes is going to be a lot like Prismatic, where it is absolutely stupid at release. I think Redbeard will be selling packs for $25. I really do. I think the Whatnot scene will pay $20 to $25 a pack for Ascended Heroes on release. Just like Prismatic Evolution, as more items come out through the year, the pack price will decrease significantly, and I think Ascended Heroes by the end of the year at some point will have hit $6 a pack. I really do. I think it's going to get very cheap eventually. But on release, I think it's going to be a flipping nightmare. And I think it's how Pokemon wants it to be. That's why Pokemon is releasing booster bundles at the end of the cycle and not at the beginning. For those of you who don't know, Ascended Heroes is coming out with stickers and with 2-pack blisters. That's the first stuff. Then ATB's a month and a half later or so, and then poster collections a month. They're not releasing booster bundles until the very, 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 very end. So that tells me Pokemon's AO freaking K with this shit just going to town the first couple months. I do think it'll be cheaper though. I really do. As for the rest of the market, I had to read the second part of your question. I think it'll be similar to 2025. I really do. I think booster boxes are going to come out at $225 a box on market. I think they'll stick around that for the most part. I don't see anything crazy happening. You know, everyone's looking at this print facility thing like it's God's greatest gift to mankind, but it's like, bro, it's not done till 2027. It probably won't be fully running until 2028, according to PokeBeach. So yeah, the print thing that Pokemon bought, like it'll have an effect on the market, but like not for a while. I think it'll be very similar to 25, like the mild part of 2025, not when it got cray cray, but like the mild part. Like when Paldea Evolved hit 500 a box, like that was cray cray. So pre Paldea Evolved at 500 a box. That's my guess. I don't always like Kira. She goes after my friends sometimes, but I have to respect her content. The perfect amount of editing. Her editing is very impressive. Izzy Pax. Loaded up on Paldean Fates 151 and Prismatic almost 9 months ago. How should I balance my time between content and live streaming to attempt to rip and ship? So I'm just starting the live streaming game like this week. I just want to see how it does for the first like month of the year. So I'm not really an expert on live streaming. I would say it seems to be going very well, and I really do think it's the meta. As far as content, it depends on where you are in rip and ships. If you already have a successful rip and ship with like customers that are already here, like I'd focus more on that because you're already making money. If you're just trying to start a rip and ship, like you don't have anything set up yet, you're not going to get any people on your rip and ship naturally. You can start a whatnot account, you can start an account on Drip, whatever. Those platforms, they will not push you. They don't give a shit about you, and they will not do anything to help you at all. You've got to build an audience to come to them, and then they'll start caring about you. So I don't know who you are. I'm sure you're awesome, but I can't answer the question fully unless I know if you're brand new to rip and shipping or not. Assuming you're brand new to it, I would focus 100% on content. I would post, I'm going to say 5 times a week, and that can be videos or live streams or both. But you need to build an audience that gives a shit about you first, and then you can monetize the audience. But like Mimic Brew said, there's a chance, depending on how good you are, that you'll make more money making content than you will selling shit. Very strong chance of that. Mimic Brew Super Chat. Pop quiz. Favorite card from Temporal Forces? Oh, I don't freaking know. I have no idea. I've not opened a pack of Temporal Forces in my entire career, Mimic Brew. So if that was a gotcha, you got me, because I have no idea. But I can give you my opinion if I look at the card list. I'll recognize them from the Japanese equivalent. Let's look at special rares. Let's look at ancient and future Pokemon. I don't know why people hate the ancient and future Pokemon that much. Like, I think the future ones are kind of goofy. But like, I like a lot of the ancient Pokemon. I don't know, they're fine. Okay, Pokemon website is broken as hell. I just wanted to answer the question. Temporal Forces card list. I get a facepalm emoji. I didn't do rip and ships at the time. I did no rip and ships during Temporal Forces. At all. Okay, let's see what we got here. So sad. I really liked the Eerie, however you say her name. Iron Boulder, no. Okay, I recognize these cards from the Japanese variant. So the Ghastly was sick. What was Temporal Forces Japanese? Was that it was probably Wild Force and Cyber Judge. We did open those. Yeah, the Gengar. Okay, Morty's Conviction, the Gengar, the Ghastly. I mean, I love the Ghastly, just looking at it. It's all purple hues. There's Hauntors, there's Ghastlies, there's Gengars. A weird Meowth for no reason at all. I like the purple hues of it. I think it's dope. Couldn't tell you shit about Temporal Forces, though. What I will tell you is Paradox Rift to the moon. Who cares about Temporal Forces when you got Paradox Rift, baby? Am I right? I just broke Mimic Brew's heart. I'm sorry. Hey, here's the thing, Mimic Brew. I'm gonna give you something. I'm gonna give you something that you can smile about. What a lot of people in my position would have done there is they would have saw your super chat on the bottom of the screen and went, "Oh shit, he's gonna get me with a gotcha," and then would have pulled out their phone off camera and pulled up a list and just picked a random one. Or here, they would have pulled one of these. This is what I would have done. Oh, my dogs have to pee. I'll be right back, guys. And their dogs didn't really have to pee. They just looked at their phone to see what answer to give you. So at least I'm honest. I don't know shit about Temporal Forces. And I'm proud and honest enough to go, I'm going to look it up. So yeah, it is a little bit sad, but you can be You can feel good that I'm not a bullshit YouTuber. Because a lot of y'all are bullshit YouTubers, I gotta say. A lot of y'all are fake. I'm not fake, I'm just cringe. Alright, what else we got? We got Jaren Have. And y'all know exactly, I'm gonna get back on that. Y'all know exactly who would do this move right here. Y'all know exactly who would throw this up and then name a Pokemon. You knew exactly who would be doing that. I know there was no shot you would know. Valid. I have this handle on all my social media accounts. I don't plan to change it, but do you think not having Poke or TCG would slow? Also, not a great story. So, that's a good question. So he's asking if having a name and not having the word Poke or TCG in the name, if that's a good or bad play, or if that would harm him. Here's the thing. I need to think about if I want this to go on record, because people are going to clip this and I want to make sure it doesn't contradict anything I've said in the past. Yeah. So I hate the overuse of Pokey in people's names. I'm one of them. Pokey any, I hate it. There's a gajillion other Pokies. I don't like any of them. It's overused. It's annoying. It's contrived. I don't like it. That being said, I do think it's very helpful. I think it definitely, there's no debating when you see P-O-K-E in someone's name. There's no debating what they're here for on YouTube. TCG, another one. I think it does help. I think the debate on Pokey or TCG in your name, I think it's very similar to PSA. I hate that company with just a relentless passion of thousands of fiery suns. I think they're the most unethical, just disgusting, filthy, awful brand with horrible management. I think PSA is the worst thing in this hobby. Period. I'm talking creators, businesses, scalpers, scammers, whatnot. Every single thing that all the bullshit drama channels talk about, I think PSA is on top of the list for the worst part of it all. That all said, if I was to recommend someone do something business or investment related, 9 times out of 10, that stupid red PSA slab is going to be the best business decision money can be. It's just how it is. Mimic Brew's been here before. He pointed out that Tag has some slabs that have sold for better than PSA. I am so happy about that. I hope every Tag slab sells for a higher price than PSA. Hell, I hope CGC slabs sell for a higher price. And I hate CGC. They're second on the list after their bullshit with the test print scans. Like, those two companies I hate more than anything else. But I'm going to be honest, as a businessman, I'm looking at PSA and I'm going, yep, that shit holds its value. That shit's going to be good for resale. So if I could take, here, I've got a PSA slab right here. If I could take this and convert it into any other slab or keep it the same, I'm going to keep it the same. I know that was a big rant, but what I like to rant about PSA, number one. But what I want to say is, like, sometimes facts don't care about your feelings. I think Pokey in a name is cringe, and I hate it, my name included, but facts don't care about my feelings. It helped my business. People see Pokey any and they go, oh, is that Pokemon Northeast? Is that Pokemon Nebraska? Yep, Pokemon Nebraska. I don't want to say I recommend changing your name, but I think it would help. I really do. At least adding TCG to your name. Redbeard's getting some rest. Peace. Eco Collectify. Have just started up my business via Shopify. My business venture. What is your opinion on how much your eShop should be focused on certain things like trading cards, gaming? So, as someone who has binders, sleeves, play mats, toys, plushies, video games, all that shit, as someone that has every single type of item that you can ever imagine, I can confidently say that the only thing we sell is Pokemon cards. No one gives a shit about any of the other stuff. And I don't know who you are. Again, I'm sure you're great. but I'm going to guess I have a shitload more traffic than you will have in years. And that didn't help either. Like, we sell $5 million of shit on our site per year. And like 99.99999 to the 10th power is just Pokemon cards. And the only people that might have grabbed a binder did it by accident. Like, so as a new store, don't waste your time on any of the other bullshit because it doesn't sell. Focus on the stuff you know people will want. And then when you can eventually buy stuff extra, like I can, then you can do that. But like, don't waste your time on the other shit. No one cares. They just want their Pokemon cards. It's tragic. Oh, the Deerling card is actually really good. Yeah, the Deerling from Temporal Forces. I do like that one quite a bit. Arbok is pretty good too. I don't know what the Arbok one looks like. We still love you. Mimic Brew throwing some shade, but throwing some love back. I'm all for it. We're running low on questions here. Let's see what we got. So happy I got banned from being Pokedan and became Mimic Brew. Mimic Brew, I guess it's not really extremely Pokemon. I mean, if you know what Mimikyu is, obviously you would know. But Mimic Brew has just kind of become an iconic staple of the community. So if you become iconic enough, you're instantly recognizable as you sell Pokemon, but it's just rare. New subscriber, literally just seen you live. Well, hello, new subscriber. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I'm already second guessing tag. Really? Oh, what? Okay, I'm not. I was gonna end the live stream. I'm tired and I gotta go watch Stranger Things season finale. But I want to know why you're second guessing tag now. Really interested, honestly. I have no issue with tag myself. I know a lot of people do. They seem like fine people to me. Let me know. Let me know the second guessing though. I'm also in Nebraska. Are there other PokeTubers in Nebraska you know or would recommend watching or learning from? So, All Poke TCG, who is a very famous Pokemon TikToker, he is actually in Nebraska. Fun fact, he lived in my neighborhood. Yeah, we've both moved since then, but at one time, me and All Poke TCG were in the same neighborhood. Absolutely nuts. But yeah, he is publicly in Nebraska. I'm not doxing this man. He's in Nebraska, and I don't know that he makes a lot of content. He makes a lot of videos like on TikTok talking about shit, but I don't think he makes a lot of like business content. Other PokeTubers besides him, I not that regularly post. There's a couple I know, but I don't know if I'm allowed to say they live in Nebraska. Like there's one, because if she's watching, she's gonna be like, "Damn, Brian couldn't shout out my TikTok." But like, I don't know if you're public about your state. Too many creepos out there, especially in the women's side of things. So I don't know. I guess it's just me for the most part. I'll take at least one of those Gengar binders. The Gengar binders I have, they're way cheaper than anywhere else online. Like, go to Pokeany.com, buy a Gengar bundle. I'll kiss it before I put it in a box. Have a good night. My friend, do you think some of the card shops would be willing to sell fake booster boxes? I mean, I think anyone's capable of faking things. Like, there's fraud everywhere, my dude. So, yeah, I mean, it's a good question. It's like if you go to a card shop, like, I guess don't always assume it's real. You would like to think that if you go to a card shop, the shit you buy is legitimate, but like, not necessarily. A lot of these card shop owners are just like random YouTubers that decided, oh, I've got $2,000 a month laying around. I'm going to start a card shop. They have no business doing this. There's so many of them. I'm just like, you're all going to be out of business in a year. But yeah, I mean, they can absolutely sell fake shit just like any online store can. They'd be less likely to because you could come back and like burn their building down, I guess. But there's fake shit everywhere. Opinion on selling bulk on eBay. Variation listings. It's like real Pokebram. It's one of those things where like, yeah, you can make money selling bulk. To me, you're not like building a real business though. Like if you have bulk and you want money, you sell it on eBay. That's awesome. If you're just looking for money to liquidate, I think eBay is great. I think eBay is a fantastic tool. And I don't want people to think that I don't want people to think that I'm like against eBay or TCG Player, because I'm not. I think they are very powerful tools that deserve all the accolades they get. When I talk shit on them, I'm talking shit on them from the perspective of if you want to build a long-term business, like 20 years, replaces your 9 to 5, gets you a house, a car, a spouse, a mouse, whatever, like, then I don't think it's a great way to start. So selling bulk, I mean, I don't think that's going to build a business. I really don't. If you need some extra money, go for it. Don't sell bulk on your own website. Like that's too much work. I want to get that out there because I think people think I hate on eBay more than I really do. I don't think it's a good place to start a business. Why are your web restricted only for US? So Poke.any, I have for US only because there was a lot of foreign scams happening and we don't ship internationally anyway. So I felt bad shutting it down for IP addresses that aren't American, but at the same time, I don't ship outside of America anyway. So I was like, you know what? Who am I offending here? So what I have is a YouTube channel that is obviously international and everyone is welcome. And I'm happy to have every overseas country ever here. It's just I don't want to sell to you because I don't know how to do it in a way that is beneficial to both of us. So I shut the website down. You don't want to watch that finale. Okay. There's some conflicting reports on the Stranger Things finale quality, so I'm interested. Okay, the CEOs were super excited to schedule a conference with me. Now they just kind of left me hanging for 4 straight days, like they both went on a week-long New Year's. Okay, so the TAG CEO, so yes, I met the TAG CEO, and he did go to UNL, as did I, University of Lincoln in Nebraska. And we actually talked with each other, talked with one another at a convention a couple years ago. They seem like great people. I actually, after our last live stream, Mimic Brew, I actually hit them up on Instagram. Because I was like, you know what, Mimic Brew, you're probably one of the biggest collector YouTube channels out there. And I was like, Mimic Brew's opinions matter. So I hit them up on Instagram. And I said, hey guys, we're rolling out a monthly mystery, blah, 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 blah. Had a couple questions. Are you interested in doing sponsorships with influencers? And I asked him a couple questions. Totally ghosted me. And this is the second time in the past 3 years that after our initial meeting, which went very well, they just kind of left me on red. So either they're just like really bad at social media and like getting back to people, which are like, as kind of a startup, they're more than a startup, but they're kind of a startup. Like they probably need to get better at that. This is a public service announcement to tag grading. Like your people in charge of writing back, like you suck at your job. Like I'm just gonna say it up front. Like whoever's in charge of your social media and like client reach out, like y'all need to step it up because your product seems good. The management are very nice people. Your convention setup is very nice as well. But like whoever's in charge of that shit, like client, if Poke.any DMs you, like not to be a diva, but like DM him back. Same with Mimic Brew. Like we're trying to help you out here. So there's my public service announcement to tag grading. Like step up your, maybe they hate me and Mimic Brew. I don't know, but not great at responding. I sell sealed on my site with accessories, and I sell sealed on eBay. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with eBay and TCG Player, guys. No hate. Do you use any sort of AI to automate your business? In the business world of YouTube, there is like an obsessive amount of talk on AI tools and systems and all this. Like, bro, what does AI even do for people? Like, truly, I use ChatGPT. I love it. Opus Clips is great for, automatically shortening clips if you use that. But like all these e-commerce businesses are like, oh, you need to use AI, this, that, and whatever to automate blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, what are you automating? Like, I make YouTube videos. I put shit on a website. Ideally, I sell the shit and then I ship it out. I'm so curious what all these like e-commerce gurus are always like talking AI about. Because then people ask me and I'm always like, nothing? And I feel dumb because like maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. I think most of the business gurus that I and you probably watch talk about AI as like all this craziness because like they probably have some kind of sponsored bullshit in their description, some kind of sponsored like affiliate link with some AI tool or something. I don't know. No, I don't use AI for like anything. I don't find it necessary at all. I use ChatGPT for my everyday life, but maybe I'm stupid. I don't know. Thoughts on Japanese Pokemon collab with Psycho watches? Seiko watches? Psycho watches? I think it's Seiko watches. I think any collabs with anything other than like standard, I think are cool. Like if there are new Seiko watches out there that Japan collabs with, I will buy all of them. Nike collaborations, I will buy all of them. Lego and Pokemon are collaborating. It's like a whole product, it's going to be easy to find. Well, it's not like an exclusive collaboration. It will be in Walmart if the scalpers don't get to it first. But any like collaboration, especially the temporary ones, I love. So if they get some more watches out, I will buy them. I have the Gengar watch. I have the Starters watch. Those are, I think, are those Fossil watches? I literally have it in my closet. I'm not gonna dig it out, but I use all that shit, or I buy all that shit. I try to. So I really hope there's some cool collaborations for the 30th anniversary. This is a good question. Quality or quantity as far as YouTube video posting? So, Real Pokebram, thank you. I have answered this question in a very long video. It's like a 20-minute video. I'm going to give you a like very short TLDR and then hopefully you can dig through my videos and find it. But back in the day, quality was really important. And I think it still is for like standard YouTubers, like Mr. Beast type. The YouTubers that like talk about nothing. You know what I mean? Like we're a PokeTube, we're a niche. I think when there's like a niche involved, the quality as far as production value goes, I think it's very much unnecessary. When you get out of a niche and you become a general entertainer like Mr. Beast, I think quality is vital. But in our little world, like there's not a lot better than like who is bigger than me? There's Pokebeard and obviously Pokerev and Leonhart and like probably 15 others are bigger than me subscriber wise and like average view count, maybe 15, maybe 20 at the very most. And so it's like the ceiling is very low, honestly. Like the biggest PokeTuber in the whole thing is like Pokerev or Deep Pocket Monster. Like they're the biggest. And they only have a couple million subs. So the little guys, like they're what am I trying to say? It's such a small niche, I guess. And so like the top dog only has a couple million subs compared to YouTube in general, where the top dog has 480 million subs. Like that's how small Pokemon is. And by the way, after Rev, Deep Pocket Monster, Leonhart, like it drops significantly. Like there's no one really in between those. Like Danny Phantom has like 200 subs, 200K at the most. Like there's not a whole lot of wiggle room there. So quality doesn't matter too much as far as production value goes. I would definitely focus simply on quantity. If you have a lighting that shows your face, you have audio that's pleasant. Like it doesn't need to be a fancy mic. It can be a $100 Yeti mic. That's what I have here. $100 plugs into the USB on your keyboard or your console, whatever your. Bro, I'm tired. Your what is this called? Computer plugs into the USB drive on your computer. even an iPhone. I mean, Opossum Bud just uses his microphone on his iPhone. Like, you don't need to be fancy. As long as it's pleasant to listen to, that's all that really matters. So get on every single day and post. The most important thing right now is developing a parasocial relationship with your audience. I've said it a million times. Post as much as possible. Don't get hung up on quality as far as production goes. Just post. Did you use ChatGPT to write your lyrics in your rap disses? I did not. I did use it to look up a few facts though. So I have a line that's about Skull Bash and Scope Lens, and I have a couple like lines that I had to make sure I had the facts correct, like the effect Scope Lens has on an attack, Skull Bash being stab, stuff like that. Like I looked up facts, but no, I did not use it to write lyrics. That's cringe as hell. And if there's a rapper out there that looks up lyrics on ChatGPT and uses those words, like, stop. And again, I'm not a freaking rapper. I'm a YouTuber that sells Pokemon cards. That whole thing was just fun, and I still bodied the guy. And he probably used ChatGPT for his. It's so cringe. Thank you for bringing that question up. I've answered that question a million times, and I love answering it every time because it's just like, goddamn. I wrote it in a Freddy's parking lot. Is there a Freddy's in your town? Freddy's, greatest shitty steak burgers ever. Those little shoestring fries. God, if it wasn't 2 a.m. right now, I would go to Freddy's and I'd plow a burger. Damn it. Yeah, I wrote them in Freddy's parking lot. Thoughts on bots, MSRP, and good quantity, especially on don't really see downside aside from knowledge. I mean, there's so many people that want my thoughts on bots and scalping and blah 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 blah. And like I've gotten to a point where I'm almost agnostic. Like I don't give a shit anymore. There's so much drama in the LBC, whatever. There's so much shit always happening on YouTube. Nostalgianomics has said it. Catch 'em All Collectibles has said it. A few other big guys have said it. Like at some point you have to stop the madness and just kind of look the other way. I don't give a shit. I really don't. On any of it. I mean, everyone's gonna do their thing. Like, if someone scams somebody and I can prove it, and I can make a video attacking the scammer without the fear of getting sued for defamation, like I'll do that. But I just can't do the drama, MSRP, bot army, scalping, blah blah blah. I just can't do it anymore. I would say if I had access to a bot and I was trying to get a PC ETB, I would use it personally. Like that's not business Brian talking because I don't do any of that shit for my business. I don't go to stores and I don't buy up inventory. I don't use bots. I don't do any retail. Like all my shit comes from distro. But if I was a consumer and I had a bot or the ability to use one and I wanted to get a respectable amount of inventory or not, see, business mind. If I wanted to get like 1 or 2, I would use the bot and I would buy 1 or 2. I would not buy all of them. To me, that's a dick move. But again, I'm trying to write all that off as I don't give a shit anymore. Yeah, I would say go for it. I mean, that would be my answer because everyone else is. So you gotta, if you can't beat them, you gotta join them or you're cooked. There's no honor in buying a PC ETB at $400 because you were too proud to use a bot and get it for $100. Like, there's no honor in that. Just be fair in whatever definition of the word you use. How do you feel the downtime in December when Japan shipping goes on holiday? I just buy a shitload of it before Japan goes down. So every holiday, Japan shuts down until like January 6th or 7th. And that means like nothing comes out of the country. So all my imports are paused. So before that, I just buy a shitload of inventory. I look at how much I'm selling per week for the past couple weeks. And I go, okay, Japan's down for 2 weeks. I'm going to buy enough to, where that's fine. And it works out really well because you want to buy a bunch of inventory before the end of the year anyway, because taxes and shit. So it kind of works out where I bought 400 boxes of Mega Dream on like December 23rd or some shit. And I just held them until Japan shut down and now I'm selling them. And I think I sold out of them actually. So I timed it pretty well. You just have to be aware. Oh, and also, you need to what's the word? You need to be aware of your inventory count. So like what I should have done before I sold out of Mega Dream is I should have rose the price on the remaining inventory. You don't want to sell out. So if you're running low and they're still shut down for another like 48 hours, like raise your price a little bit. I appreciate you watching Uncle Steve's Card Shop. Speaking off the cuff is something I took and ran with in regard to content. Yeah, just talk. Real Breaking Nate and Alpha Investments also a ton of subs. Rudy doesn't count though. Rudy counts the most. It's funny, Mimic Bruce. So I don't consider I don't look at Real Breaking Nate or who's the dude from like Australia? Unlisted Leaf. Even Leonhardt. Like I look at those as almost in like a different category. Like Super Duper Danny. They're kind of like over here. And like we're over here. Like I've never seen a Real Breaking Nate video. I've never seen Super Duper Danny. I've never seen these people in my feed. I've like gone and clicked on I've watched their video because I was curious on who they are, and I've watched them in that capacity. But like they've never been recommended to me ever. Like the people that Pokemon likes, like Pokemon sends these people shit. Pokemon as a company, they actually like these people. It's like a different part of PokeTube. It's a whole different sector. So it totally makes sense. I would have forgot about Real Breaking Nate. Alpha Investments, yeah, I mean, he's top dog. Is blogging dead to Pokemon content? Blogging? I think blogging's dead to everything, isn't it? That might be wrong. I don't know. Blogging might be huge. I've never seen anyone blogging in Pokemon. I guess PokeBeach technically is a blogger, I guess. He's kind of more of a news source. I guess I don't know what a vlog is, what a blog really is. Yeah, I don't know. Try to make one, I guess. Poke blogging might be the meta of 2026. All right, we got some good love for Freddy's. I appreciate that. Botters kept Yeezys and Supreme sold out for 5 years. So just remember that when you want things to go back to normal. That's very interesting. Botters kept Yeezys and Supreme sold out for 5 years. Okay, interesting. If you had to start with $10,000 of capital, what content would you make or try to scale from that point? What is a reasonable goal post starting from there and the year after? So I think this is going to be the types that get invited to Card Party. Yes, the Card Party YouTubers. Mimic Brew, thank you. Yeah, so Uncle Steven, I think this is going to be my last question because I got to watch the Stranger Things season finale. It's already 2 a.m. here. So that'll probably be my last question. If I had 10 grand to start with, I would, well, first of all, I would be okay with not having an English distro because you ain't going to get one. So I would find a supplier in Japan, like I did, using Instagram, like I did, and I would start very, very slow. But before any of that shit, before buying anything, before even making a website, I would be making multiple pieces of content a day. Or a week, sorry. Like at least 5 a week. That could be videos, shorts, or lives. I don't care. But you want the majority of that not being shorts. Like shorts aren't great for building a brand. They're great for views. They're great for subscribers. But they are not great for building a brand. So long form content, horizontal phone, face to camera ideally, honest, authentic speech, no generic bullshit. Show your opinion. Tell people what you really think. Say it how you really want to say it. Be an honest, outgoing person because there is a personality type for everyone out there and you match somebody's. There's a reason why I will never get invited to Card Party. I'm a dick. I cuss too much. I say too much political shit. I talk about guns, apparently, is the thing I do in this live stream. Like, I will never get an invite. Neither will, I don't know, Cool Trainer Ryan is kind of divisive. Oh, Possum Bud maybe got invited. There's certain YouTubers that probably won't get the Card Party invite. And like, that's great for their brand. You don't want to be that. You don't want to be squeaky deaky clean. Like you want to be your own person. So 10 grand, I would put that money in a freaking high yielding savings account. I wouldn't even touch that shit until I had 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. And no, I'm not being tongue in cheek. I'm not hyperbolizing here. I would not touch that 10 grand until I had several thousand subscribers who knew who I was and liked and trusted me. At that point, then I would go to Japan. I would find the newest high class set, so Mega Dream, for example, and I would pre-order, or I would put up on my site, hey guys, I've got Mega Dream. It's $100. If you want to pre-order it with me, it ships in 7 days. If I got 10 people that bought a box from me, I would take their money and I would go to Japan and say, hey, Japan, I need this much Mega Dream. Can you ship it to me in 3 days? And they'd go, yep. And then they'd ship it to me, and then I'd be able to ship it to those people and get it there a little bit early. And that's leverage. You're leveraging their own money. And if you don't want to play the leverage game, I would still do the pre-order thing. I would say, hey, let me know if you want to buy one of these Mega Dreams at this price. You can lock in for, you could do like a pre-order thing where you sell it for $1, like you sell the pre-order for $1. It gets complicated, but you can, it's a good way to gauge demand. You could also just ask who would buy this for $100 and hope that people are honest. My point is, I would not take the 10 grand and be like, oh, I got 5 figures of racks right here. I'm going to buy a bunch of shit, because anything you buy from Japan is going to crash. You don't know what you're doing yet. You have 10 grand, which is a lot of money, but you don't know shit about it. So start extremely slow and be happy. Be okay with not growing as fast as you could if you risked it all. Because if you risked 10 grand and bought Mega Dream at $50 a box, you could quadruple your money if you were lucky. But you could also lose everything because the market downturned in a wrong way. So be okay with growing slow, knowing that you're not taking any stupid risks. 10K is a lot of money. You can do a lot with it. But it's also not a lot of money, because if you lose it once, you're effed. So content. Broken record vibes. Okay. My dogs are barking. They got to go outside. I got to watch Stranger Things. It's 2 a.m. Have a wonderful day, guys. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. Let me know what you think, and subscribe.